Ethan had fun. They had a pool, so we went in the pool. And...
Nice.
Oh, that's all it takes for children. Is
yeah, pretty much. Which was good for us too, because we have technically bathed him. So
yeah, there you go.
We don't got to do that for another 3 weeks.
That chlorine will keep him real clean for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Yeah.
Murders, germs, dead.
Yeah, so just prepare to...
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect. Yeah, so just prepare to...
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
That train is off the track.
I feel like you can't just like jump through Neptune and be okay.
Just prepare to...
What the show needs is more dogs and bears and chickens and stuff.
Yeah, so just prepare to be awash in unbeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You're listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly Pacers podcast. This is episode 796. Coming to you from the high school home of Jameson Brewer. I'm the doctor, Jason Triplett. This show, we're going to discuss what lineups are working for the Pacers. Working is in scare quotes. Whether the Pacers should throw in the towel on the season, and look around the league and see what's going on. Joining me to discuss all of this are two of our three analysts, coast to coast like buttered toast. First, from Asheville, North Carolina, he's our in-house bartender mixing up the drinks and the crappy jingles. Crappy jingles.
You mix you up one too many of those drinks.
My tongue works. Coalson.
What is up, Pacer Nation? What is up, Undebeatables? Here's to Cappy Jangles.
Shout out. We missed that guy.
Too long.
And from Tacoma, Washington, out west, it's our enforcer, John Harper.
What is going on, fellas? Happy New Year?
Happy New Year. 2026. We're living in the future.
Living in the future, man.
Happy 100th anniversary to my house.
Wow.
100th birthday, I guess, yeah. All right, before we start the show, just want to remind listeners that they can support the longest running Pacers podcast by heading over to patreon.com/undebeatables to support our show for as little as $1 per month. All right, it's we're 32 games into the season, a little more than a third of the way through, amazingly almost the halfway mark here, and this is the time of the year when Coalson, our resident math guy, has gathered enough data that he feels confident the sample size is large enough that he can give us some info on what's going on with the Pacers lineups and who we should be playing, who we shouldn't be playing, who plays well together, and who should, have put themselves in a timeout and think about what they did. Coalson, what do you got for us?
So, shout out to Basketball Reference. I love coming here and looking at the five-man combinations. And so what this does is it gives you how many minutes this group has played with, and then what their whether they scored more points while that team was on the floor or lost points, and then same thing with field goals and rebounds and assists. Right now, I've just because we're so bad at scoring, I just want to look at the most successful points lineups right now. Our offense has been, I think, a little bit.
Cappy?
I can't even find words for it. I'm trying to say it's
Cappy Jangles.
It's
Cappy
I'm trying to
Jangles
say
off.
it's shitty without saying it's shitty, And our
Don't overthink
defense
it,
has been and our defense has been even worse. So I don't even know what I'm doing here anymore. But so the best point differential lineup that the Pacers have put on the floor this season, a 5-man unit of Pascal Siakam, Jarris Walker, T.J. McConnell, Gabby Matthews, whatever his name was, and Isaiah Jackson. So here's the problem with that. You currently can't play Grady Matthews because he's no longer with the team. So the second most successful lineup is Pascal Siakam, Jarris Walker, Ben Shepherd, T.J. McConnell, and Jay Huff. Similar problem here. Ben Shepherd is out and injured. Third most successful, Pascal Siakam, Jarris Walker, Nesmith, Quentin Jackson, and Isaiah Jackson. Can we put that team on the floor? I think we have all those.
Think technically, right now,
players.
we can put that team on the floor.
Okay, Coach, I hope you're listening. We could use some of that. After that, we've got Jarris Walker, Robinson Earl, T.J. McConnell, Matherin, and Isaiah Jackson. Again, Robinson Earl's not on the team anymore. After that, Jarris Walker, Pascal Siakam, Ben Shepherd, Benedict Matherin, and Jay Huff. No Shepherd. You're seeing a theme here. It's hard to put these lineups together because guys aren't available.
Yeah. Isn't Jackson day-to-day also?
Isaiah Jackson also out.
Yeah.
So the first two lineups that were possible are not really possible?
Or not possible. Cool.
Maybe we should move to 4-man lineups.
No. But here's where it gets interesting.
My team is on the floor.
The next three lineups are almost our starting lineup. We've got Siakam, Nembhard, McConnell, Matherin, and Jay Huff. We could, well, McConnell's out, but hopefully not for long. Yeah, day to day. We could probably put that lineup out there. Siakam, Nembhard, Matherin, Q, and Jay Huff. We can make that lineup happen. And then Siakam, Shepherd, Nembhard, Matherin, and Jay Huff. So essentially what we're doing is it's our starting lineup plus a guard. It's either McConnell, Quentin Jackson, or Shepherd. All those are positive point lineups. And that's our starting unit, essentially. We've been going in and out of those. We've been rotating who that fifth starter is a lot this season. Which I think, the other thing I think you'll notice is almost every one of those lineups had Siakam in it. Basically, when he's off the floor, we're terrible. The other thing I found interesting, I thought Jarris Walker has kind of been underachieving this season. He's in all of these successful lineups, or at least the top four. But every time he's with Siakam, when he's not with Siakam on the floor, his minutes are terrible. So I think that's something to think about. If when we're playing Jarris Walker, we can pair him with Siakam. They play well together. I know that Siakam's taken Walker under his wing. Maybe they're practicing well together. Maybe Walker's a little bit more decisive when Siakam's out there, or plays a little tighter. Those things I think pop out to me as interesting. Also, just how many lineups we've had and how many of these guys aren't available or aren't even on the team anymore. Also, I was kind of been knocking Shepherd a lot, but he's in, some of these good lineups. I think it's just about putting these guys in positions to succeed. And in general, the consistency of those our starting four guys is successful. It's when we go to that bench. It's when we break up that starting lineup, or when we take Siakam off the floor, where things really fall apart.
To clarify, are the numbers of minutes played by these different lineups comparable as well?
Kind of. We're plus 8 points with Siakam, Shepherd, Nembhard, Matherin, and Jay Huff, and that's 40 minutes on the floor together.
Awesome. So not even a full game.
Right. Yeah. Siakam, Nembhard, Matherin, Quentin Jackson, and Jay Huff, 44 minutes on the floor together. And that's plus 11. -8 with 96 minutes on the floor. Ethan Thompson, Siakam, Nembhard, Mathurin, and Huff. We started that game. That started that team for several games. And the thing is, we're not in games close down the stretch that often to even finish with the starters. We're getting a lot of Furphy in the fourth quarter. Although
Right,
shout out Furphy
sure.
for starting against Miami and doing well.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
shout out.
Obviously, we've struggled to field a starting lineup, which has meant that our bench is just in total disarray all season. I was probably only half joking that some of these guys on our team have watched less Pacers basketball than us. Like, it's definitely true that some of these guys have hit the floor with less film in their back pocket than we have. I mean, that's a problem. Like, our 3-point shooting has taken a big dump. When you go from, an elite 3-point shooting team from an elite bench team, and you just move to the very bottom of the league. That's really going to have poor outcomes. And we've only got, 8-9 lineups that have played more than 16 minutes together all season?
Yeah.
That seems
Which
like...
is crazy.
That seems super great.
Does that
And
mean
of those, only 4 have a net positive rating.
Does that mean that the coaching staff is juggling a little too much? I mean, I guess we don't want to wear out Siakam too much, but it seems like when he's on the floor, we do all right. I guess we can't be asking him to pull 40 minutes a night.
I mean, it would be insane to
Yeah.
at this point because we're pissing him off at the 32 that he's running.
Yeah. I mean, so to put a finer point on it, the Pacers are shooting 43.3% from the field this year, which is a full 1.3 percentage points behind the next worst team, the Portland Trail Blazers.
Ooh.
We are also the worst shooting 3-point team at 32.5%, which is almost a full percentage point behind the Trailblazers. We are also the 7th worst free throw shooting team. So even when we're not being defended, we can't score. We're shooting 77.3% from the line. Unsurprisingly, based on that, we are the worst assisting team in the league. And we get the fewest steals, or second fewest steals in the league.
What about turnovers?
Turnovers, we're not too bad, actually.
Okay.
We are 9th best in the league.
Oh,
in
nice. At least we're
turnovers.
taking care of the ball.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Play slower, less opportunities to turn it over.
Well, it's funny. We talked about Siakam's rant. Nembhard went on a little rant. I think it was after the Boston game and the second Boston game, and he was basically saying it's the little things we're not doing. It's the stuff that nobody gets credit for. It's setting the hard pick. It's the passing the ball quickly. I don't know who he specifically is calling out with that, or whether he's just saying it's everybody. But it doesn't seem like we're doing the little things that winning teams do right now in his mind. And, it bears out because we're not winning. But, you go from a team that was doing all the little things so that you could get all the way to Game 7 of the NBA Finals. This was a team that was greater than the sum of its parts, right? Because everybody was willing to sacrifice. And you worry that if players stop doing that, or if we stop leaning into that as our philosophy, you start having a losing attitude, or you get used to losing, and that's the thing you don't want, especially for some of these young guys.
I mean, you can say that we're not doing the little things, but we're also not doing the big things. We're not hitting shots anywhere at any time, including at the free throw line. We're not elite at anything, right? Our team last year was elite at multiple different things. And so when you add in the little things, yes, it gives you this sort of gestalt, we're greater than the sum of our parts. But we were already elite at stuff. We're not now, right? All of that just disappeared overnight with, the injury, especially to Halliburton, but also to, Toppin, and we lose that, that length and that athleticism, right? We don't have Neesmith and Nembhard together with Obi Toppin to help, create that defense. We don't have Miles Turner to, back up all this. Like, a lot has changed. And while I agree that you don't want to put yourself in a place where, losing becomes the culture, it's been, half a season. I've struggled to talk to people at times about, the logic of tanking, right? And like the sort of game theoretic is like basically the 4 best outcomes are like the Eastern Conference Finals teams, right? Like you want to be one of those, or I'm sorry, the Conference Finals teams. You want to be one of those 4 teams. If you're really not one of those 4 teams, then things get pretty hazy pretty quick, right? And the next best outcome is the worst team in the league from a purely game theoretic standpoint, right? Because you want to have the highest chance at the best player coming out, especially in a great draft year, right? We know that we're not even going to sniff the top half of the playoff bracket. We're not going to sniff the playoffs unless something really weird happens. Maybe 8 other teams' planes crash into each other, and then we can back in. But from from a purely mathematical standpoint, our best outcome is to get the worst record in the league. Like, that is our best outcome. But you're absolutely right, Coalson, that the hidden cost of that is becoming the Philadelphia 76ers, right? Or the Detroit Pistons, where you piss off your stars to the point where they don't want to play, or Pascal Siakam is asking for a trade because he doesn't want to be here. Now, I would argue that he should probably show a little bit more patience with the franchise after being with us 2 years and getting to Game 7 of the finals.
And the year before going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
It hasn't been that bad of a run. I certainly understand his frustration. But you would think that guys would give the team a little bit of grace in that regard. And if we really can pull a good draft pick, one of those top 4 out, pick the right guy for our system, pair that with a Halliburton, maybe this doesn't look like a lost season if we can show some development from Jarris Walker and Isaiah Jackson.
Yeah, I think that's classically the way to pitch it, is it's not tanking. We're not actively trying to lose. What we want to do with the remainder of the season is evaluate the talent, or give the young guys on our team a chance to develop and get NBA minutes.
And also a whole lot of guys you've never heard of off the street. We really need to evaluate.
Yeah,
we love evaluating that. Shout out Micah Potter.
Yeah.
Gary Bird, baby.
Gary Bird. Good to see you. And I think that that's a palatable sell to a Pacers fan base. And nobody would begrudge them. I think that the situation would be harder if we weren't playing dudes off the street and we were still struggling, right? Like if we're basically healthy and we were 15 games under 500 at this point, then it would be a little bit more frustrating, and you'd be, I think, reticent to throw in the towel or anything like that, at this point, because you would feel like, they could get it together or whatever. And that would be a big difference in, right now we're 20 games below 500. So if we're 15 games below, we'd be sniffing the play-in, at this point. So that's how bad the East is.
Well, I went into this season optimistic because I really thought we were going to have the season that Boston's having, right? Which is they're without their best player, but they have a bunch of dudes that play hard and have been on the team together, and they're winning games maybe they shouldn't win. They're surprising teams. And, Boston's the 4th best team in the East right now, even without Jason Tatum?
Third?
Yeah. Jaylen Brown looks like an MVP. He looks amazing. But
he's a 1A player.
Yeah.
Who happens to be with a Hall of Fame player.
Right. Exactly. That's the... But they haven't had the slew of injuries we've had beyond the Jason Tatum, right? So, we've just been out of... Our guys have been in and out of the lineup. Outside of Siakam, everybody's been injured, right? everyone. And Huff.
Yep.
Huff and Siakam.
Yep, those are the anchors of our team this season. And I mean, in fairness too, the Miles Turner thing, I mean, not for nothing, we got blindsided by that move. Like, that sucks for our franchise, right? Like, we thought we had a guy who would be consistent and play every day, and he jumped ship to go be at a team that also probably won't make the playoffs at their current rate. So,
Right.
good job, Miles.
Yeah.
For that extra
great work,
$5 million a year.
Yep.
But good for him for getting paid, I guess.
So Coalson, are you on board with let's conserve Pascal Siakam's body a little bit and see what Jarris Walker can do in his non-Pascal Siakam minutes?
I mean, I've already seen what he can't do. I mean, you're right. It's only been a third of a season, but man, he was my guy. He's been my guy since we drafted him. I wanted to draft him, remember? And I was just like, this dude's. He's just got a natural feel for the game, and he's a sneaky good passer, and all these things. And like, he just looks like he's thinking too hard, and he doesn't have this feel for the game that I thought he had. I feel like he's thinking too much about it, but like, he's just a step slow on almost everything.
Yeah.
And you'll see it. You said, I think last time we talked, you said he makes one or two great plays a game, and you're like, oh yeah, this dude's awesome. And then he makes 4 boneheaded plays,
Yeah. I mean, a surprisingly stupid place. Yeah. But you do see the flashes. So, yeah. I mean, I wonder if the game's just still moving. Like you said, he's a step too slow. Another way to interpret that is just the game is moving too fast for him at this point, for his brain-body interface to process things fast enough to do the right thing. And so he gets himself into trouble thinking one thing is going to happen when a different thing is going to happen. So I haven't given up total faith yet. I mean, he shoots the ball pretty well.
Well, he's also a kid. I mean, there's still plenty of time for him to evolve. I agree with that. And I haven't given up on Ben Shepard either.
shoot the ball pretty well. Let me correct myself. He's shooting horribly this year.
We've seen him shoot the ball well before once.
In the past, he has shot the ball well.
Yeah, it's upon a time. I mean, there's a lot to be said for the trial by fire. Throw him out there and let him work against NBA players and get a bunch of reps and all that stuff. But it's also a little bit of a fine line to walk, especially when things aren't going great, of, just breaking guys' confidence, right? I mean, I think it's one of those things that, you see it more in like NFL quarterbacks. You see it in like a real clear way, right? Like these young kids who get set out there, they got all the talent in the world, and they just turn into nothing, right? Because they play for the Browns, right?
Right.
But the same thing can happen to NBA guys, right? And you hope that the mentorship is good enough in our organization that won't happen to a guy like Jarris. And the coaching staff is good enough to make sure that happens. But confidence and, sort of self-esteem are very difficult to quantify, right? And
sure,
it's tough to know exactly how it will play out. I still really like Jarris, and I'm happy to go see him throw the ball to the other team for a few minutes a night, and hopefully when it's time to actually game, there will be less of that, but who knows?
I mean, yeah, I like all our guys. I love this team. I mean, it's the same team that, has been really successful for the last 2 years. I mean,
sort of.
It's most of the same guys. It's definitely not the same team. A lot of the same guys, though. And, Goober Matthews or whatever his name is.
Yeah. Goober. That's a fantastic name. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on this situation.
Real briefly.
I think.
I'm sorry. I don't want to move off this yet because I feel like we're sort of dancing around it. Mathurin. Okay.
Okay.
What's going on with Mathurin?
I think he's hurt, personally.
Okay.
Either that or he just lost his confidence. I don't know. It's hard to imagine a dude like that losing his confidence. But I mean, like, he goes through these spells where he just stops attacking the basket, and will put up, 6 shots in a game or something like that. And to me, that reads like his toe is bothering him, and he physically can't do the things that he would like to do. And I don't know. I think he was talking about, in some game, Chris Denary was talking about he was in an elevator with Matherin, and he said it was the most excruciating pain he's ever been in, like, in his life, just walking around. And that was during that stretch when he was out for an extended period of time. And he's come back, but it's not like, it was like clear he wasn't fully healthy when he came back. And I think you can see it at times. But that being said, I keep watching games and saying, all right, Ben Matherin, just take this game over. Like, you have the capability to do it. I don't know if he's just, like, not getting the green light, or if he's not that good or, like, unable to do it. You know what I mean? Like, his handle is not developing the way it should. He can't really... He goes into the lane seeking fouls as opposed to trying to make baskets. His shooting is still pretty solid. Like, his mid-range game could be slightly better. I feel like it should be a notch above where it is, but his 3-point shooting is much improved. This is the eye test completely. I haven't even looked at his stats, but yeah, I don't know. He's not earning a max deal.
No,
that's for sure.
No, I mean, on paper it looks kind of fine, right? He's up 2 points a game. He's basically flat on rebounds and assists. His field goal percentage is down a little bit, but maybe with the added attention, he's more of a starter now. Maybe that makes sense. His 3-point shooting is 36%, which is up, 20 over last year, but down over 2 years ago. It's all kind of okay, but there's no big jump anywhere, right? And he's at an age where you got to make a jump, right? I mean, he's taken a lot more 3-pointers this year, and so maybe he's trying to add that to his game. But if he's going to do that, he needs to be shooting 40%, right? When is he going to get me to 40%, sure. Right? If you're going to be a playmaker, those 2 assists a game aren't going to get it done. 2 points a game is a fine jump to be making. But when we have no player, when Gary Bird is like our 3rd best player, like, you can, there's more points out there on the floor for you.
Sure. Yep.
I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, this was his chance. We didn't sign him to an extension. We didn't offer him the bag. And this is his year to show that he's worth that. He's the only one that really can score, right? I mean, we've got Siakam, of course, but, like, he should be the guy who's sucking up those Halliburton points and minutes and touches. There is, in the rumor mill, that he's on the trading block, that we want to find a center out there because we don't want to pay him because we don't think he's worth it. And right now it's hard to argue he's not worth a max for sure. No. Is he even worth $20 million right now?
I mean, based on his upside, probably, but it is already starting to feel like we're having the same conversations about him that we were having about Miles Turner in year 4 and 5, right? Like, when's the leap coming, right? There's more here. When do I get the thing? When do I get the consistently high output, right, in these big jumps? And it never really happened for Miles, right? Like, he's a good player, but he's not an all-star, and he's not going to be at this point in his career. Is Benedict Matherin, did he just plateau real early? Or, if you can't get it together in a contract year with nobody else on the floor, like, I don't know, it's not a great look. I mean,
yeah, and you would have liked to see him add an element to his game.
You gotta get something else out in there, right?
He's still doing the same things. Like, there's no, like, new move that you can see that he's added. And like you said, like, sometimes you see better decision making from him.
He's reading overall the game better than he was 2 years ago.
But his playmaking isn't, like, taking a leap or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's not like he's getting into the lane to create shots for other people. I mean, he makes brilliant passes every now and then that he wouldn't have made 2 years ago, but it's not enough, right?
No,
it's not
at
a clip
it's
that
not
you're
consistent.
like,
You know,
Yeah.
he hasn't improved his finishing. He hasn't improved his 3-pointers, which are like the two big, boxes that you'd love to check, right? Go into the paint, be a great finisher. Don't need to go to the line.
take
right?
contact
Yeah.
and
finish.
get to which is what his game is, which I don't understand why hasn't improved that skill. I don't know.
You'd have a chance here to make, the Mathurin Siakam pick and roll, just a staple, and we're just not doing it. Is that because Mathurin's not up for it? Is it because he's hurt?
Is it
or
because he's a
'cause
black
it's-
hole?
Right.
Yeah, but if he's a black hole, I sort of agree with Coalson here. Like, why are we not playing? Why are we not running plays for him to execute? Exactly like a pick and roll. He doesn't run the pick and roll very much. I don't think.
No, hardly at all.
No, very little.
It's a lot of
for
ISO.
Benny.
Yep, ISO for Benny. Which is great to have that safety valve, but that's
Yeah. And
That's
since our
if he
offense
were-
always goes down to 8
if he-
seconds, you kind of need it, but it'd be great to have something
exactly.
before the 8-second mark.
Yeah.
great Griffin. Who's the big guy in Dallas?
Flag?
Gafford.
Gafford. They're saying he's might be up for a trade with for Mathurin. I don't know. How do you feel about that? I know you love.
I really like-
Mathurin.
Gafford's motor, I guess. It
Yeah,
doesn't seem
he's
like
just
enough for Mathurin, but
Yeah.
Gafford and a
I
draft
don't know
pick.
what else is in that deal.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like. I mean, because he's still, despite the lack of a jump that we've seen, I would say he's still. There's a lot of upside to his future. He's 23 years old.
Sure.
Right.
Without a doubt.
and he's a hyper competitive guy. You like that.
Sure.
There's no indication that he's a bad locker room guy.
There's not at all. I mean, I think the knock has always been he doesn't really fit our system, right? I mean, the reason he doesn't start is because
Is he James Harden? He is the system.
I mean, he is the system, right? I mean, if that's the case, why aren't we just doing that this season? Where nothing else is working, just run it through him and see what happens, right? Let him see if he can drag this team to some wins. But we seem reticent to do that. So
yeah.
if he doesn't fit the system, maybe you do cuff him up instead of paying him a bunch of money to, not be a starter.
It's a good question. Yeah. I mean, it seems like something that you would tinker with if you were Rick Carlisle and there were dudes walking in off the street who said, "Hi, coach, I'm here to play tonight." And he said, "What? Who are you?" "Yeah, I'm your starting
Goober?
power forward." "Hey, Goober? Goober Matthews? You're starting tonight?" "Okay, fine."
Here's a jersey.
Yeah.
Don't burn yourself on this coffee.
Yeah, I know. It's a good conversation to have. I think obviously the big question marks for this team are Mathurin and Jarris Walker. Those were the dudes that you wanted to see take a jump this year with extended playing time and shots and all that good stuff. And a third plus of the way through the season, it's kind of a bleh on both of those dudes.
I agree. I think your point is a good one, that it is a little surprising that we haven't turned both of your guys' points, that we haven't turned the keys over more to Mather. I mean, his usage rate is 23.6, and I mean, it was 22.8 last year when he was the 7th guy in our road, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm with you. Let's have a couple Benedict Mathurin games and see what happens. I mean, whether we want him to grow with our team or whether we want him to be super valuable on the trade market, either way, we would like to see more from Benedict Mathurin.
I mean, and when he gets it cooking, he can get it cooking.
I'm telling
What
you.
is his season high at this point? There was
Right, but does that make
that
him...
game against the Bulls with that first half when he had 30 points or something.
Yeah,
like that.
30 points in the first half.
Whatever it was.
But does that make him Jamal Crawford? You know, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be a star in this league just because he can get cooking, right?
I mean, but Jamal Crawford would be like, if his ceiling is Jamal Crawford had a fantastic career. Like,
Oh yeah, I agree. But I mean, he's you know, your sixth man of the year candidate every
Sure.
year.
yeah.
And if that's
which
a
actually
ceiling,
would
that's
work
great.
pretty
But
well for us.
yeah, exactly. But if that's the ceiling, is that what we were hoping for, or were we hoping for more than that out of him?
Yeah, no, we were hoping for,
An
starter
all-star.
flirt. Yeah, starter with all-star nods at some point in his career.
Yeah. Anytime you're picking in the top 10, that's what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he's competitive as hell, and you might be right. It might just be his toe. Not just. I don't mean to dismiss the pain he's going through, but you know, it also may be that the coaching staff isn't giving him the green light to do those things. So,
perhaps. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I have just seen a noticeable like lack of explosiveness in certain games where you can tell that it's like bothering him, and like, and I mean carries over a psychological effect too. Even when the toe is feeling decently well, you're worried that it's gonna, the next step that you take, it's gonna flare up again and whatever. So I don't know. Can we let's give these guys the month of January off, and then, or not even the month of January, 2 weeks off. Let's give
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to let him
Siakam,
rest if he's
Nemhard,
not ready, if he's not healthy, right? I mean, we can always bring back Goober Matthews.
Yeah. I mean, in some ways, yeah, perhaps his competitiveness is getting in the way of his
Healing.
recovery and his ability to play to the best of his abilities. But that's me completely speculating. I have no idea if that's true.
Well, I think there's a very good chance that he will not be with us after the trade deadline.
All right. Well, do we want to take a quick look around the league? Just to give a summary. Detroit Pistons still leading the Eastern Conference at 24-7.
What?
Followed by the Knicks, the Celtics, the Raptors, the Magic, and the 76ers. Those are your top six. And then in a cluster below them, Miami, Cleveland, Chicago, Atlanta. That would be the play-in. And then there's a big drop-off, I guess, to the Bucks, the Hornets, the Nets, the Wizards, and your Indiana Pacers. Over in the West, OKC is still leading the way, 27-5, although they've dropped 3 games to the second place San Antonio Spurs. One of them didn't count against their record, though. And then the Nuggets, and then the Rockets and Lakers, and then Minnesota. That's your top 6. Followed by Phoenix, Golden State, Memphis, and Portland. And then a spicy Utah Jazz team who's got some interesting wins under their belt. Dallas Mavericks. The Clippers are 9-21. The Sacramento Kings are horrible as well, and so are the New Orleans Pelicans.
Who waxed us recently.
Yeah. Who waxed your Indiana Pacers.
142.
So the Thunder were on pace for the most wins in NBA history until, the Spurs beat them twice in a week, right?
6 and 4 in their last 10. So
Yeah, and so now they're only on pace for 70 wins now or something. But they don't look unbeatable anymore because
69.
the Spurs are crazy good.
yeah. Anybody who has a 7'6" superstar on their team should have no problem dispatching that team.
Yeah, I didn't see any of these games. What's going on there? Is OKC met their match? Like, can they just not deal with Wembanyama?
I mean, he's tough to deal with.
Yeah, a lot of their game is getting into the paint, and he doesn't let them get in the paint. And I think they're having trouble with the quickness of the guards of Castle and Dylan Harper.
Yeah.
So.
And the Spurs just played exceptionally well in those games as well. So it may be that OKC probably still has some tricks in the bag.
Yeah, the Spurs team is good, though.
Yeah, if you're a San Antonio fan,
Yeah.
the turnaround from just last year is pretty incredible. I mean, we all knew Wembanyama was going to be a force, but I 23-8 at this point of the season is towards the higher end of what you could have ever expected.
Well, and they're winning when he's not playing, too. I mean, De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes are professional basketball players, and that Dylan Harper draft pick is killing it for him.
Yeah, he is really good.
Yeah, they've done a great job building that team, to be sure.
So all you need is 3 top 4 picks in a row, and you're back to title contention, apparently.
Is that all it takes?
That's all it takes.
So who would you say are your title contenders right now? If you were to pick, let's say 4 or 5 teams.
Yeah, Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, Rockets, and then the Knicks, and if the Celtics get Jason Tatum back. If with the record, you'd probably have to put the Pistons in there, but I don't know.
Okay, so that's about
Yeah.
7 teams.
No, I think those 7 teams have a legitimate chance at the title.
I mean, OKC, obviously. Nuggets, obviously. I think after that, it gets tough. I mean, there's a lot of really good teams. The Knicks probably have the next best chance.
Yeah.
I don't like the Celtics' chances this year. Even if Tatum comes back, he's not going to be game ready come time for championship. Both the Spurs and the Pistons just don't have a lot of experience going deep in the playoffs.
Sure.
Like, you'd be tempted to say that the Timberwolves have a better chance, or maybe even the Rockets.
Sure.
But it feels like whoever wins the West is probably going to win everything. And it's probably going to be either Thunder Spurs or Thunder Nuggets. So I don't know. My odds on is still the Thunder because they're just incredibly good.
Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks ago, you would have said without a doubt it's the Thunder up here, and the next tier is like, you need binoculars to see them. But San Antonio just changed that whole equation, right? And so even things out. But I still think it's the Thunder are
That's what
a level above.
That's what FanDuel says as well. They're plus 100, and everybody else is plus 1,000 or more. So and
they're just they look like a dynasty is what they look like.
Yeah. So and in the East, I think the Knicks are the only if somehow the Thunder did not make the finals, I think the Knicks, who I am picking to get to the East, would have even odds against almost any other team from the West.
I agree with that.
Notably not mentioned are the Los Angeles Lakers. Is that just haterade, or are you seeing something that makes them not championship material?
Well, Coach JJ Redick has explained that they just don't play defense, and he doesn't want to be there for the next 50 games that they're not going to play defense. That's what he said. So,
okay.
And they don't. I mean, when you've got Reeves and Doncic in the backcourt, not stopping a lot of people. You got a 41-year-old in your front court, you're just not stopping a lot of people.
Yeah, I feel like this was a known quantity going into the season, JJ. And your rah-rah speech is not going to get... It's not going to motivate LeBron James or Luka Doncic to, I don't know, step up their effort.
Lock it down.
Yeah, right.
Not in the cards.
I mean, in a playoff series, do I want to play those guys? No. But I don't think they're better than the Thunder.
No.
Or the Nuggets.
I mean, The Rockets freaking scare me too. I mean, that team actually can play D, and they've got some guys that can score too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just so big. Yeah,
The Rockets
so
are
big.
my
And you got,
dark horse.
Kevin Durant still looks like Kevin Durant.
I mean, he's 7 feet tall and can shoot threes with ease. So, what do you do?
This statistic still astounds me that the Houston Rockets have an offensive rebounding percentage of 41.3.
Jesus.
That means that of their misses, they rebound 41.3% of those shots, which is insane.
Just no incentive to even hit a shot.
Yeah, even crazier. Detroit is at 37.2. Like, it's nuts. All right. Anything else? So we're getting close to trade. We're past the Christmas games. We're coming up on All-Star break and trade deadlines. Over the next month, we'll be hearing a lot of chatter, apparently, about my boy Benedict Mathurin on the trade block. Amongst many others, I'm sure.
I would like to remind Pacer Nation what we're playing for this season. Number one pick is the among three different guys right now. Darren Peterson. He's a shooting guard from Kansas, 6'6". They compare him to Anthony Edwards. So he's that type. Cameron Boozer, which is a Boozer kid, but 6'9", 250, playing power forward for Duke. Apparently just polished as hell. Not a super athlete, but just does all the right things all the time. They're comparing him to not his father for some reason, but to Chris Webber. And then AJ Debonsa. He's a small forward from BYU, 6'9", 210. They're comparing him to a Tracy McGrady. And then I've put my dude Caleb Wilson as the fourth pick. He's a consistent fourth pick, but I think he deserves to be in a tier of franchise changers. He is power forward for North Carolina.
Nothing to do with the North Carolina Bucks.
6'10", 215. He basically does everything well except 3-pointers, but otherwise he's just an absolute beast. Block shots, steals, scores, rebounds, all the things. So anyway, I think any four of those guys would change your franchise pretty quickly.
Yep. So I did think that we might have mentioned that the worst record in the league would result in a 100% chance of the top four, but it's actually the top 5 picks.
Okay, yeah, you can't be more than 4 spots away from your record spot.
So we would actually, even if we were the worst team in the league, we would have an almost 50% chance of pulling the 5.
Right. Because you only have a 14% chance at the number one, is that right?
Correct. The top 3 teams have a 14% chance at the number 1, 13.4 at number 2, and 12.7 at number 3, 12% at number 4.
Well, damn. That throws away that whole theory. That's why you're not supposed to tank people. You're not guaranteed anything.
Well, yeah, it's true. Nothing's guaranteed, but I mean, we're not going to the finals, so.
You could also beat Dallas and have the 12th worst record and get the number one pick. So
I mean, anything can happen, but all you can do is play the odds, man. That's how life works.
Wait, is there another Boozer? Does he have a twin brother or something? There's a Caden Boozer who also plays for Duke, who's also a freshman, who's also 18.9 years old.
There you go. I'm assuming it's his twin brother.
It's wild.
Poor brother, who's just not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, fraternal twins.
Fraternal. Okay, that explains the
Both
height
play for
differential.
Duke. Yep.
After the top 4, it starts to get a little throw a dart at dartboard type thing. You might luck out, but
Well, we'll see. There's many high pressure cooker environments of the NCAA tournament to put these guys through their paces. But yeah. Let us see. Let's sim this lottery on Tankathon, and Pacers get the 5th pick.
Oh no.
That happens way too often.
Well, I simmed it and I got
Sim.
2, which I'll take.
Okay. That's good.
And I'm simming it right now. Number 1 pick.
Yay!
Nice.
Third time's a
Darren
charm.
Peterson. Woohoo! Yeah, we don't get 3 times in real life, unfortunately.
Well, we've done it 3 times in Sim, so now we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is this now the 4th?
Shit. That's what the probability are. Yeah. Now they've got to do it again. No! All right. All right. Well, anything else before we adjourn?
Go Pacers!
Go Pacers.
Pacers. All right. Well, fans, thank you for listening. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find us on Twitter. We're at Undebeatables. We're on Facebook.com/TheUndebeatables. We have an email address, shoutout@theundebeatables.com. We have a website that has a contact form, theundebeatables.com. And while you're there, after you drop us a note, head over to the store page and get yourself a t-shirt.
For the patron saint of coffee cups, Goober Matthews. Turn out the lights, the party's over.
I mean, between Goober Matthews and Cappy Jangles, I mean, this team is unbeatable.
I mean, I don't even know how you go about naming this show now.
I think Cappy
To me,
Jangles.
it's
pretty good.
an
Jangles.
embarrassment of riches.
Well, hey, and I do want to remind Pacers fans, it could always be worse. The LA Clippers and the New Orleans Pelicans don't own their draft picks this year.
Ah, yes, that's a good point.
And they're both terrible.
And they're awful.
Terrible. Like, so bad. I mean, we're worse, but so bad.
Yeah. And apparently Utah's going to give theirs to OKC, which is just, speaking of an embarrassment of riches. I hate that team so much.
Yeah, OKC's going to have a top
have another
5
top.
pick, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it'll certainly be the top half of the draft.
Sam Presti can choke on this bite from the apple.
Suck it! They've also got Houston's, Philadelphia's.
Jesus.
Oh, they've got LA's and Utah's. Perfect.
Yeah, they have like 16 picks over the next 3 years or something.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's insane.
16 first-round picks?
No, I just think overall. First and second.
Overall. Okay.
Yeah. But still, that's just absolutely insane.
It is insane.
Maybe that will be
I
their
guess it
downfall.
could always be better, too.
Yeah. Too many good players will be their downfall.
It's the Three Stooges corollary of NBA. Just too many guys that can't get through the door. Like,
What, Kawhi Leonard healthy, and they've only got 9 wins?
the only thing that would make it sweeter is if Paul George were on that team and they were sucking.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Did you see Brooke Lopez hit 9 3-pointers the other night for them?
No.
No.
And they won the game. It was one of the ones they've won. And they were asking Kawhi Leonard, so, what did Brooke Lopez give you tonight? And he said 9 3-pointers. I was like, cool, thanks.
He's a team first
Good,
guy.
good leadership.
Sure.
Good pep talk. Thanks, Coach.
Nice.